Okay, the meeting will be open at 6:35. Let me put this down. The January 13th, tonight's meeting, January 13th, 2026, at 6:35, Carver Town Hall, Meeting Room 4. It's posted in accordance with provisions of the MGL Chapter 38, Section 20B. The proceedings will be videotaped by Area 58 and rebroadcast by them also. Discussion and possible vote. The first thing on the agenda tonight says discussion using November 18, 2025 minutes below to review, and then it says A, B, and C. And the first one was Route 44, parenthesis, George McLaughlin, to summarize the Green Business Park action and future plans. I apologize, George, if you've gotten the idea that George was going to be here tonight. He was not. And basically what we're doing, or what we are going to be doing, these are our minutes that we took from the November 18th meeting that he was here. So the videotape is available for you if you want to go back and watch it, to be specific about everything that he said and everything we discussed. But also we captured it in our minutes for tonight. So I apologize for that. And if you really don't want to stay, that's great too.
Are you going to read the minutes of what his?
I will read them as we go along, yes. I will do that. That's what I
Okay,
plan
so
on
there's-
doing.
You know, we're all really concerned about what could possibly be out there, you know, with the moving of sand and gravel. And there's a PFAS dump out there, as you know. And there are wells on the line of Plimpton and Carver that are vulnerable to the, you know, this PFAS dump. So we are definitely concerned about what is gonna be taking place out there. So if you have any of his information from the November meeting, if we weren't there, you know, we would like to know.
Well, I'd only could invite you to go to Area 58. And if you do, you know, what is it, how did they do this, guys?
It's on YouTube.
YouTube / Area 58 / Carver. And then, huh?
It's under the RDA for Area 58 on YouTube for rebroadcast.
Okay.
And if you could do that, that is the actual meeting that transpired on November 18th. So you would get to see it.
Okay, so fast forward to tonight, he was going to be here?
No, he
next
was
steps?
not. No, he was not.
Never.
No, that was not our intent. As the chair, my intent was to go through the minutes that we had to draw up an understanding, this is January, through July at least, or through the next couple, 3 months, of what's going to be transpiring with George McLaughlin and the planning board. There is a
So
lawsuit
you're gonna
against him.
read that tonight?
I sure will.
Okay.
I sure will.
It's better than nothing.
Okay.
You're already here.
Might as well enjoy it, right? Okay.
Call it order pizza.
Okay. As we are going to begin here, the first question that was on our agenda from the last time was Green Business Park future plans. It says, when this was addressed to George, where are you in the design phase of the project? Mr. McLaughlin, we have received approval from the planning board of our definitive subdivision, but we disagreed on a few conditions that they placed on the property. We have appealed the decision to the land court. We are going to be filing our motion for summary judgment in January, right? January. If you have pencil paper, take some notes.
So they haven't gone to court yet?
They're filing.
He did. The part of, whatever you go initially to file that claim or whatever, that's all been done.
But he hasn't been to the appeals.
Right, exactly. The planning board will oppose that, and then we will have an oral argument before the court. Sometime thereafter. We are at a standstill until land court renders a decision. So they're at a standstill. I would think that a decision could be rendered by March of 2026. Important, write that down, hopefully by March of 2026. Mr. Elliman, this is Jim Elliman, he's the person. He's asking, do you have civil plans done? Mr. McLaughlin, yes, everything is done and approved. Mr. McLaughlin's, he says, in addition, there are issues with the North Carver Water District. Okay. There is pending legislation for the town of Carver to take over the North Carver Water District. Once that is done, it is only a matter of time and the money before they will be pumping 100 gallons or more per day.
100,000.
100,000, what did I say?
100 gallons.
Oh, 100
That's a
gallons.
lot.
I forgot the K, 1,000, I'm sorry. That's what their permit is for, 100,000. The plant needs to be updated. Again, Mr. Elliman asked. What? We aren't here to discuss the water district tonight. We just want to address the items on the list. And Mr. McLaughlin says, you asked me where we stood in the development, and I couldn't intelligently answer that question without we are dead in the water because of the North Carver Water District. Number 2. What is a ballpark schedule for the first pieces to open once you start? Mind you, let me give you a synopsis. We had five questions. We had
We
5
did.
questions.
We did.
And each one of those questions is, this is how you're gonna hear that agenda. Each one was asked and then he answered. The question is, what is a ballpark schedule for the first pieces to open once you start? Mr. McLaughlin, no idea. Talk to the North Carver Water District. Mr. Elliman, once in place, what are you looking at? Mr. McLaughlin, I don't know because I can't market the property. I have already lost a tenant because I couldn't give them water. I can't market the project without water. Next question. How much of the full bill would open in the beginning? Mr. McLaughlin. The full bill is 1.8 million. I have brokers who are constantly talking to me about the property. I would guess that we would open up building about 100 to 200,000 square foot building.
1.8 million is in line with the guys from guys that were here before.
Hillwood.
Hillwood. It's about the same size as the project that they proposed out there too.
Another question. Do you have any letters of intent already signed? And when do they become at risk without a start date? Mr. McLaughlin. I had LOIs signed, but they expired because of the North Carver Water District. They are no longer on the table. Again, Mr. Elliman. We are losing business, Mr. McLaughlin. Yes, because of the North Carver Water District. Mr. McLaughlin. I would like to get the property ready and level the hill up front, but the planning board put a condition on it, so I can't do that until site plan approval. That is not what their regulations say, which is why I appealed. When the North Carver Water District is all set, I want to have the lot level and ready to go when the water district is pumping water again. However, the planning board in particular, Mr. Shea, has been very difficult to deal with. You're smiling.
Oh, I love him.
Huh?
I love him.
Okay.
We need more difficult
He's,
people.
well,
We
he
need more
says what, he
messages.
says what he says. Mr. Moore, that's Savory Moore, another member, but he's not here tonight, he's on a vacation. What do you see as the timeline to level the lot and get the sand out? Mr. McLaughlin, it depends on the earth removal committee. I would also clear the rest of the lot while leveling the hill. I could use sand and gravel to fill the low areas, and I won't build the road until we have water, but could get everything else done. I also have a proposal from someone. I am very interested in building a 3 to 5 megawatt solar array on a non-buildable part of the property. You hear that?
Oh, yeah, I hear it, and
That's okay.
I have a lot to say about it.
That's okay. I am very interested in building this I think I read that one already, huh? That,
Next sentence.
excuse me?
Zoning design.
The
Yeah,
zoning.
right. The zoning design criteria under the urban renewal plan will not allow us to do a ground-mounted solar array. That's something I would like to ask you to amend. I can do it under the town zoning, but not under the urban renewal plan zoning design criteria. Mr. Moore, we will need to change that. This can be done with a vote of the board. How long to level the hill? Mr. McLaughlin, about 6 to 12 months because of the daily limits from the earth removal committee. Mr. Moore, does that include filling in holes? Mr. McLaughlin, yes, clearing the whole lot. Mr. Moore, what do you need from us regarding solar other than the urban renewal plan change? Mr. McLaughlin, nothing. I'm trying to help the town push the bill forward to move the North Carver Water District over to the town. I will file a formal request to this board to amend the criteria which will allow me to do ground-mounted solar. I'm talking about 10 to 12 acres that it was,
Excuse me,
that,
10 to 20.
10 to
20.
10 to 20, I better get my glasses fixed. I'm talking about 10 to 20 acres that I was not building on. Mr. Ellerman, I think it's beneficial to have the town take over the water district. There are other things we can do with it. Mr. McLaughlin, I have had a lot of talks with Glenn Cannon about it. The water district right now is dead in the water. If the town takes it over, Glenn said that they will immediately start spending money and believes that they can have it up and running at full capacity within 6 to 12 months. We had engineers go in there and look at it. And when SWS, that was Small Water Systems, the people that used to run it, pickled the plant. They didn't do it correctly, and now the plant needs to replace the filters at a cost of $100,000 plus. It will take, she should have it, huh? It will take about 6 to 12 months to get them. The computer systems needs to be updated. Equipment has fallen into disrepair and there's a manganese issue. A number of water engineers have looked at it and said it is not a problem. It will cost $300,000 to $500,000, but there is plenty of water in the ground there. The chair of the North Carver Water District can't get anything done because he has no money but won't turn over the district to the town. That's important. That is why the town had to have special legislation drawn up. Mr. Moore, in your discussion with Glenn, has he stated when the special legislation will be voted on? Mr. McLaughlin, no. I'm talking with one of my lobbyists to track it down with the leadership up in the Senate and House. I spoke to Glenn about it, and he has hounded your local representatives and senator, and he has not been able to get it done, so I'm seeing what I can find out. Miss Layton, our representatives and senator are both brand new. Mr. McLaughlin, so what? They can still pick up the phone and chase down the bill. Rather than wait for them, I will just do it. Now we begin more specific of these questions. Are there any more approvals you are waiting for on the DEP or state or wherever? Other than, these were the 4 questions that we specifically went through and asked them. Number 1 question, we've already asked that or talked about it, the access permit from Mass DOT. The second one was the groundwater discharge permit. The third was drinking water distribution modification permit. And the fourth was corrective action design permit from Mass DEP. Ms. Layton, these 4 are the results of a planning board meeting and they had an issue, so they sent a letter to DHCD, meaning the planning board. This is what they did, and these were the information that they were requesting. DHCD met with MIPA and some other people. There was a meeting where they asked Tom Bott and Glenn Cannon to create and have, on behalf of the urban renewal plan. These are the 4 permits in that letter, and they said they're still outstanding. Now Mr. McLaughlin is going to answer. The first one, he says, we have an access road onto Route 58. The second one was groundwater discharge permit. He says, the water discharge permit doesn't happen until we have a building. The third question was drinking water distribution modification permit. He's answering. Drinking water permit is tied into the North Carver Water District and is also dependent on the number of people in the building and the type of building. The fourth question, corrective action design permit from the Mass DEP. He answers, we have all of our DEP permits. Mr. McLaughlin, my position is that I have all of the permits that are needed. Question, what else does Route 44 LLC need our help with other than planning and water? Mr. McLaughlin, just the ability to do the ground-mounted solar array that we already discussed. I appreciate all of the hard work that the RDA has put in. Mr. Moore, the solar array is 3 to 5 megawatts. Is Eversource involved? Mr. McLaughlin, I don't think that will be an issue at all. We are in the study group now and working with Eversource. There will be updates needed to the infrastructure. Mr. Moore, this would be a 20-year contract? Mr. McLaughlin, this will not be leased out. Mr. Delholm and I will own it. In order to get the tax benefits, we have to be installing our rack by July 3rd, 2026. Take note of that. Which is doable. Once you amend regulations to allow ground-mounted solar, I will go to the planning board. Mr. Moore, Pine Gate Renewables in South Carver has gone bankrupt, and people are a little on edge about getting the payment in lieu of taxes money that we were promised. Mr. McLaughlin, that is something I should look at. I have bought a lot out of the bankruptcy courts over the years. Mr. Moore, anything solar will be under the microscope due to Pine Gate. Mr. Noblet, Noblet, excuse me. If you own it, who regulates the maintenance of it? Mr. McLaughlin says, I will maintain it. Mr. Noblet, does that get permitted? Does that get submitted to the town for review? Mr. McLaughlin, that would be part of the application. I don't know who. I will have top-notch people maintaining them. To get the tax incentives, you have to be in the ground by July 3, 2026. Mr. Moore, any other ideas of things that you might do at the property? Listen to this. Mr. McLaughlin, yes, I'm looking at a lay-down area for the Sagamore Bridge construction. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the report. I urge you to go back and get the more specifics, anything that we didn't leave out, everything. Our secretary is very good at it, but you might want to go and...
Didn't, and I'm pretty sure of this, but I'm just asking anyway. That Pine Gate solar project was ripped out because the state came, because they found arsenates in the soil, because the town of Carver allowed them to put those, 70-foot telephone poles with chromated copper arsenic laced, and they drove them all the way into the ground, like 40, 50 feet, and then the state had to come and have them rip them all out. They were stockpiled at Makepeace, everybody was getting ready to use them, but they were toxic. So that's one of the reasons why Behind Gate had to get rid of them. It, you know, Sandy knows all about it.
Well, I apologize, I was just gonna say, geez, that would have been the question for Savory, because that was
So
conservation.
when it comes to these solar panels and these solar arrays, my concern is the PFAS coatings on all the, you know, on all of them. They're coming from China, we have no idea what's on them, and now you're gonna put them in a sensitive area. You already do have a PFAS.
No,
stuff
he's
on
not doing that, he's putting them, those solar, that will go down with the PFAS area, he was very specific.
That still is part of the Taunton River watershed, my friend. Their Whetstone Brook comes across there, it's a tributary, and it goes through Plimpton, and it goes out to the Winnetoxet River, which goes out to the Taunton River watershed. It's part of a watershed river system. So just because there's a PFAS out there, which the town of Carver was responsible for allowing the dumping of biosolids out there, that's what these town governments in Carver do. And that's why we're all here, because we're concerned about it. You know, the amount of pollution that you guys have dumped for all of us are on our 200,000 person aquifer. We all have to drink well water. And you should know, because your well water is terrible around here, especially in North Carver. So, yeah, I am very concerned about what I'm hearing right now. And I don't believe, just because that you created a PFAS problem behind all of our wells, that this should be allowed. Just add more fuel to the fire.
I'm gonna stop you right now, because all you're talking about is a regurgitation of people who are no longer here that caused all
But the
that
problems
problem.
are still here.
You have to understand, once
It's
the
not
problem,
regurgitation. When we still are living with PFAS pouring out of a slightly capped, it's not, there's no membrane on that. Even your own Conservation Commission said, take the dirty dirt away. Alan Germain said that, and it was in an October meeting, and it's on your wonderful channel. So you can look that up yourself.
Alan Germain, he's not on the committee.
He was on the Conservation.
How many years are you going back?
Couple of years.
This
Oh,
goes
okay.
back to like
Again,
2012.
No,
Savory's
it
not,
does not.
No, this whole RDA thing
Yeah.
with it goes back. It
So,
definitely goes
But,
back.
but Alan Germain wasn't,
okay,
was
but
on
we
the
need to stay
Concom.
to the topic, we need to stay to
but
the
this,
topic.
this is a major problem. You
Okay.
guys dump this stuff out there. It's in all of our backyards.
But you're,
And
hold
now you
on.
wanna remove soil from an area
No,
that
no,
filters.
the soil, that hill that is going to be taken down is when you drive in on Montello, that
I know
hill
where
is
it
right,
is.
okay, that is not anywhere near that back 200 some odd acres of.
We're not talking about that. There's a road that goes right Montello, and then there's a subdivision that goes right behind it. It's
Heather's
very
Path.
close.
Heather's Path?
Heather's Path,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Those
why,
are residents with wells.
Right. That's all our property,
But that-
butts it.
you cannot make an assumption that those wells are contaminated. Are you saying that? No, you're not
What I'm
saying
saying
that.
is you're taking soil that filters water. Go on any USDA chart, soil filters water, and he wants to remove soil from up there. He wants to level it, isn't that what you said?
Yeah.
Well,
it's a-
he only wants to take
yeah,
out
the hill.
480,000 cubic yards, and I don't know how he plans on doing that. When there's truck room, and has that even been passed? Because,
No, you have to understand, all this is in litigation.
because that's been denied numerous times.
No, it's in
It's
litigation.
in litigation.
Well, because it's been denied,
Yeah.
that's why it's being
Planning board said
litigated.
no, so.
Yes, sir.
All right, so if I'm correct, I think you said, when we were talking, I think it was the first question about, and about, him saying he wants to level, basically level the playing field so he can do all these different projects he's got.
It'll be a combination, there's, that 300 something acres,
Right.
there's areas that still have to get filled. Some of it, in order to make it a certain gradient.
Right.
And
but-
so that, when he takes down all that
but
sand,
isn't
or
the town
whatever,
of
fill,
Car-
whatever you wanna call it,
Isn't the town opposed to him taking down that hill?
No, there has no judgment by the planning board, and it has been held up because he has not provided them a site plan review. That's what's holding it up. He took them to court, and that's the other part of what's been happening. So the planning board has been taken to court, land court. As I read earlier, the land court is going to may have to come together and make some sort of a judgment. And that probably will be another month or so before all that gets, so he's not planning on going to the planning board yet to ask him for anything until that judgment is done.
Well, he's been to the planning board numerous times about it, and the earth removal committee as well.
That is
for
correct.
that. So
That
he's
is-
been plenty of times, he just doesn't like the answers he's receiving.
Well, he doesn't, he obviously did not do what they asked him to do. The lawyer said he has to present a site plan review.
So, because he has no idea what he's gonna put in there, so it's gonna be level it, not wait for the water to see if he's even going to have water. So he's gonna remove 480,000 cubic yards of filtration, is what it is, basically. He wants to sell that because it'll stand to profit $6 or $7 million from that in itself.
Or more.
Because he wants to make money, because he knows if he's not gonna get the water, if that doesn't process, then he wants to recoup money, so he's gonna level that, disperse all the wildlife that's out there, and there's lots of wildlife. So going back, I don't know, maybe, let's see, I've lived there for 30 years, so when they dredged, I don't know, the Connecticut River, or what river did they dredge and they put it out there? And that started all their process, cause it's a dumping ground out there for everything. You know, whatever was dumped back there was dumped back there. Nobody cared in the town of Carver what was dumped back there. Chip Tech was just basically a furnace out there.
Yeah.
Because that was nothing but
No, they had
problems,
tires too.
you know, so, and they burned it, I caught on fire numerous times. And I abut this property. So, I don't understand, I wish I could understand, and I have two things to say, because it's actually comical, so it's gonna be a laying ground for the Sagamore Bridge? For the construction?
Well,
What was
None
that?
of that is etched in stone,
Yeah.
he just brought it up.
He just brought it
But a
up.
possibility for it to be a landing zone for everything.
He said, I think he was throwing out options that he has.
For the removal of the steel of the bridge to be left there,
I think he's talking about a storage area to bring the stuff down
to
to
bring
the
all the stuff
bridge.
down. Now ironically, he was an eminent domain lawyer and he was representing people down there for this whole thing. Find that a little suspect, that he was involved in that. He's as shady as it comes. So I find
Where's
that
the
interesting.
solar panel?
I don't have a
Want to
map
be-
with, I don't have a map with
Is
me,
he
but
putting it on the
He did-
PFAS?
He didn't present anything, he threw it out as an option of something that he could do, he didn't give us a plan or anything.
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't.
The only plan that we have an idea of, which is filed, and you guys, if you're looking for it, can go upstairs, is a basic site plan of what he's gonna do.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
helpful.
It was filed with the planning board, it's
Yeah,
public
we
record.
saw that.
actually it's
Is that the
online.
original
That's
one?
the original.
Yeah.
Mister,
It
let me
was-
just say this.
So this
When-
is not the
Go onto the
original-
website for the
Yeah.
planning board, and you'll see it, it's all, everything that he's given them is all up there. Tom Bott made sure that all that
Does
was up
that
there.
include the solar panels?
No, I just said that.
Just threw that
Just threw that out.
Yeah, I
It-
mean,
and-
this was a discussion about things that could go on there, you can't look at everything as, gospel, I
No,
think
but
what
he
you need
moves
to
the,
look,
he moves
hang
the
on.
line.
Hang on a second. I think what you need to look at is the stuff that's actually filed and that's public record. That is what he's going forward with. Because that's the only thing that's really on the table at the moment. He can say lots of things. He can say that he wants to store stuff for the bridge or solar
Listen,
panels.
I just, in all due respect, we've been dealing with this town for over 3 decades. And I have seen the shadiest of shady stuff happen. And we are suffering your pollution in Plimpton, okay? We're the ones who are having to deal with it, okay? So now we've got that giant PFAS dump that we're dealing with because the water comes through our beautiful area.
So you guys are residents of Plimpton?
Yeah,
Yeah, all of us.
let me just explain, if you went
All our
on
property.
Montella
But
Street,
they're all
go all the way
important.
to the very end
Okay.
and behind Tractor Supply,
Right.
the whole
It goes
neighborhood.
all the way to the end, take a
I
left as
understand.
Heather's
It's a
Path.
beautiful subdivision filled with beautiful trees. And that property behind it is lovely if Carver didn't trash it. Like it was a dumping ground for anyone who wants to dump toxic crap, okay? And they dumped it in the water, the river, everything. And now we have to deal with it. So, and these people are all on wells. We're out of the 200,000 people that are on the Plymouth Sole Source Aquifer. We have no other choice to get water from Middleborough. Even the Plimpton residents near that Plimpton dump, Middleborough dump, they couldn't even get water recently because Middleborough's wells were all polluted, as you guys know, I'm sure.
Really?
Yeah.
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 Are they
all the-
digging new wells? PFAS? Are they doing PFAS correction?
Listen, they just got infrastructure money to create a new water treatment plant in
They're gonna
Middleborough.
provide Bridgewater water. You know, you've
They-
heard that.
They do
Only for
Carver
fire
too.
suppression,
Well, that's,
For fire suppression.
Only what?
only for fire suppression.
Right.
oh, the new, but they just put in a new company too.
Yeah.
They're just breaking grounds within a month or two.
Yeah, but it's only for
And they-
fire suppression right now.
That's only for fire suppression
Yeah,
too?
Not for home use, not yet.
Well,
I mean, it may
this is a
go over.
factory that's going in there.
Mm.
Actually, it was the same factory that was wanting to come here, but because we didn't have the water, they said no and went over, and Middleborough talked them into it, and they signed with Middleborough's. That's that, I don't know the name of the company, it's a manufacturing company, that's all I
I guess,
know.
what is the goal that you guys
The
have
goal
here tonight?
is, because he wants to take out all that sand and gravel, and you know, if there's already a PFAS dump out there, and the Middleborough dump is there, which has 19 test wells, it's a well-known pollutant, it's leaching out everywhere. The first part of that Middleborough dump, which is right on the Carver border, has no liner, okay? And then they
But
have
that's
the
in
addition.
Middleborough.
It's have you seen a map? It's Middleborough, Carver, and Plimpton. It's like a
Comes
little
together.
corner,
And this property abuts
this property.
all,
This property abuts McLaughlin's property.
Okay.
If McLaughlin's property weren't where it is, it was located more central to inside Carver, none of this stuff would ever happen.
Mm.
It's because it's on the outskirts of the town and nobody sees it or pays attention to it.
Yeah, because Carver doesn't have
We-
one
we-
resident.
I have to ask, can I ask a question?
Sure.
I don't know how many months ago, another lady was here, after we had our special town meeting,
I was there. That was me.
was it you?
That was me.
And she was talking about, like you, I don't know, it wasn't that depth, but then at the very end, I said to her, I said, if Carver gets the water, we would run the pipes, extend the pipes, and give you guys all water. Remember me saying
Oh, I
that to
remember you
you?
saying that.
That would solve your problem. You would then have, like we would have, Carver water,
Do we want Carver water?
but you would, but you
We'd
should.
rather have
You
Plimpton
should.
water.
You should, it's water, and you could
Plimpton.
well, we could negotiate it with, hey, give it to me for nothing, you should
Plimpton likes
say.
our clean water.
You wouldn't have to pay a water
Plimpton
bill.
does, honestly, Plimpton doesn't do what Carver does. Plimpton is an environmental
which is
community.
the opposite.
Plimpton's the opposite of Carver. That's why we like it, okay? Now we have Carver, seriously, it's important for you to listen, because these people have families
I'm sorry.
and grandchildren.
If I may, I'm a Carver resident, pretty new, only been here about 14 years. When I joined this about 3 years ago, the urban development program was already begun and worked on for nearly 30 years. So to sit there, and while I can understand your argument, to blame us on this board,
No, we're not
it's
blaming
not,
you.
no, I'm not saying you are. You have been very vocal.
Oh, well, because I don't
No,
like
no, I
Carver
understand, but wait,
dumping on
you've spoken a
my,
lot, give me a second. So while we're all elected, pretty much newly elected, to try and help, we've joined a plan where a man has invested millions of dollars. Now, we don't know this guy necessarily, but he went to an area that was filled with contaminants. He had to put a lot of investment into that to remove a lot of the soil that was there to get this far. So he's made an investment, and while I know you said he wants to turn around and sell off some land to recoil some money, he might have that right. because he put a lot of millions of dollars into cleaning it up. Now, it may not be
If he
perfect.
cleans it up,
No, it
why
may not
is
be
there a
perfect.
PFAS dump out there?
There's a lot going on. And you know, while I
He
can't
could have
challenge
cleaned
him,
it up.
he did a lot more than everyone was doing before. So in that
No.
time period, so if you left it alone and did nothing, you'd still be suffering with the same thing to complain about. The man is invested, he's made changes. He's working towards making a profit off of a piece of land that was destroyed by other people, not him. So while I don't know this man personally, I'm not defending him. But I do have to say that everyone here is working hard to try and make something happen. Your involvement is fantastic. Like Joanna suggested, read the paper, get involved with what you want. We need this give and take so we can go back and defend what's going on.
We don't need
But you-
something to happen to affect us and hurt our lives, okay?
And I
That's-
get that. But
well,
I have
you
well water
already
also too
are.
in part of this town, and I see
It's-
what happens.
It's too late. They've already dumped all that PFAS out there. PFAS is a forever chemical. You are aware of that, right?
Did George do it?
It's
Well,
a
but,
forever.
but that's a really
He had the
actual,
option-
hold on a second, Becky.
No, wait, he had the option to remove that soil. He was in front of the Carver Concom, and Alan Germain said to him, it's a recorded meeting in October, a couple years ago, you need to remove the dirty dirt, quote unquote.
Then that's your argument. Then that's where you can go with this.
Exactly.
Okay, but us at this table right now cannot argue that with you. We can understand your concerns, and which I think we all do.
Yeah.
Every one of us feels terrible for what you're saying.
If your well was right next door, you would really understand.
I have a well not too far down the road from it in South Carver, dealing with some of the same issues with the land and the boggers taken out, and the people who own the land have the right to do with their land what they want to do with it. Okay?
Well, that's
Oh,
a
you got a big
disagreement
PFAS
because,
dump down there in South
No,
Carver?
I'm talking about taking away the sand, which affects our well order.
but you're
So-
not supposed to
Okay.
take it, remove
Get it.
it off correct me if I'm
This
wrong
is
regarding
nowhere.
earth removal.
It's not,
Are you,
but
aren't you
Yeah.
not supposed to remove it from the town?
We can't.
Wait a minute, we can't get into another subject, you gotta
No, I
stick.
know, I'm just asking this
because
question.
you're asking
And
great questions, but to the wrong way.
Unfortunately, the RDA, and as we know, that it's not, what you're, newly in the position or
And
whatnot.
especially when you're saying, you people here,
Well,
and it's
we're-
not.
we're
us.
not- Carver.
You
I
represent,
understand your distinction in the back, sir, but, and
you
yours.
represent. I mean, it is what it is, so we've been going through this, like I said, I've lived there for 30 years regarding this. So when you're talking about, he's done such a good job remediating and cleaning up that, how did that property get
Mhm.
dumped on?
Hmm.
How did it happen? Because
Can't
Carver,
For 30 years ago.
Yeah,
Carver,
But this 30 years ago, you have to.
Hey, I was in this,
doesn't-
it doesn't matter.
It
Wait a
was
second.
30 years ago.
I was
That
in
doesn't
this
help us today.
town hall.
This is doing no good at this
but the
meeting.
thing is that, so you can
We're not going
understand,
anywhere
you
with
can
this.
We're not
understand the
going anywhere
issues
with
that,
this.
that Carver allowed it to happen.
Okay,
So
and that's wonderful. That was whatever, 20
But
years
it
ago,
still
10 years
affects-
ago. I understand that, but what are we gonna resolve right now? Nothing. You're
you're-
in litigation over the land. You're in litigation over the North Carver Water District. Nothing's gonna happen right now.
Well, but the fact is, he wants to remove all the soil that's there now that filters the water through. He wants to remove his 480,000 cubic yards without the water, cause he thinks that they're gonna be simultaneous, he'll have it removed.
So do you think
And
that
the
the
water's
DEP
gonna
and
get
everybody
taken
else
care
is
of.
just gonna let him, go
Who knows?
willy-nilly
Where
and
if
do whatever
you-
he wants?
If you're saying it doesn't matter what happened, it was 30 years ago,
It's not
that's
what
not-
I'm saying. I'm asking what is gonna be resolved here tonight, and my answer is nothing, because you got all this stuff in litigation, and until it goes through that, nothing's really gonna
Right.
happen.
But then who makes the
Well,
decisions
there's
when it
the
comes
answer.
through, so it's the point of it being on your mind to understand everything that's gone on over the past 30 years. Unfortunately, Carver cannot be trusted to protect the environment.
That's right.
That's the bottom line, and if you don't
Okay.
understand that, that's what I'm
You
saying.
guys have made your point then, in my
I
opinion.
think it's a great point. There's 7 people, the camera does not capture this, but there's 7 people represented in the audience here today speaking against it. Fantastic. And, I don't want you to forget anything or ignore anything that's important to you. It's your houses, it's your lives. I totally understand that. Your objection has been noted, and obviously it's going to be included in the record.
I just
Now,
want you to
did
know,
they-
on the record.
One second, can you announce your name so that this way we can record
Okay,
that so
let
we
me
can pay
just
attention?
finish with my train of thought right now.
decades ago, the selectmen from Plimpton came here to protest exactly what happened out there. And it still happened. So, not just the residents, the selectmen in Plimpton came here to protest.
Okay, I think we need to move on with
We gotta-
the rest of our agenda here.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
Roger was correct, you should give your name, cause you're in the minutes, she's gonna
My
record
name is
this.
Rebecca Lipton.
And your lady,
Jean Winslow.
Jean Winkle, thank
And
you.
yours, sir?
And sir,
Sir,
Coheed, they're all written down.
Right,
No, but
but
we-
it needs to be on record.
Oh,
to be on
okay.
record as you were speaking, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
your
I-
name,
no.
blah, blah, yeah, and so forth.
and you spoke, ma'am.
Angela Lawson.
And sir,
Steve Hoyd.
thank you. And you guys didn't speak, and you're all part of Plimpton, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, they're all residents.
And
You all
we're-
live on Heather's Path?
No,
No.
but one thing I'd like to say is that this is not directed at you per se. This is directed at decades of abuse, of environmental toxic abuse by the town of Carver that subsequently it's a part of Plimpton.
Okay,
We're right on the line. These
Okay.
people are right on the line. Their wells are right there. And if you guys all wanna put money in the bank like they're doing over there on, what is it, Mayflower or whatever, to ensure that their wells aren't gonna be polluted, that would be a good idea.
okay.
Cause that's what they're
We need to
doing
move
over
on.
there.
Nothing's gonna happen here. We need
Nothing's,
to
I
move
mean,
on.
it's, we just read all these components, litigation, planning board,
So we just have to wait till January, whatever the.
March.
you March,
March.
March 3rd, March. And just follow it. You can follow us, and you don't have to attend the meeting, but Area 58 is always here, taking care of us. And we have an excellent secretary, Sue Hannon.
We just wish you would do the right thing,
Okay,
I'm trying to.
we've heard you. We need to move on.
okay?
Thank you for
We
coming.
just wish you would do the right
Thank
thing.
you.
Ingram.
We appreciate that.
I should have run for RDA back in 2014 when we started, so I understand, I understand everything, 'cause we've come to more
It's
town
a,
meetings
it's a
here
waste,
than
it
you
seems
do.
like a waste of breath, so.
No, it's not, but I'm glad that you came.
We're glad that you came.
Okay, let's move on to the treasurer's report, please.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For participation.
Watch us Sunday, let's hope we win again. Wear your Patriots jacket.
That's gonna be a scary game.
I know, Houston's defense is good.
I know, they're all young.
Mike
Okay.
first,
Treasurer's report.
Well, let's not go so fast, because B and C,
Right.
go back.
B and C.
Yeah, go back to B, the RDA year-end letter and year-end treasurer's report to Maggie Smith. That's my obligation.
Is that Smith or Smith?
Schmidt.
Schmidt.
Schmidt. So, every year in the past, I only sent the treasurer's report. Tom Bott, prior to, I would say, prior to November, spoke with me and he said, you're gonna be writing a report for the town of Carver. Why don't you send that report along with the treasurer's report? And I said, yeah, okay, I will. So the secretary upstairs in the select board said, Joanna, you need to, we can't force you, but could you write your 2025 report? So I did. So, I don't know, did she give you a copy of that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. So that's it. It says the Carver Redevelopment Authority continues the ongoing responsibility for the oversight of the development of the Green Business Park as part of the Urban Renewal Project, the URO. That was so designated by the town of Carver. To date, Route 44 development has responded to changes in the marketplace and now developed a smaller layout of 4 parcels. Their commitment is to remain in alignment with the intent of the original URP, namely trade/distribution. During the April 2024 timeframe, Route 44 development made it known of a potential buyer. However, lack of town water made the prospective buyer turn and settle in Middleborough. Much to do about water. Yes, the urban renewal plan, better known as the Green Business Park, depends on water from the North Carver Water District, NCWD. Today, the town awaits a vote from the state to decommission the North Carver Water District. This will make the select board and director of operations have sole authority of operations and maintenance to run the plant. A lot rides on the cost and the approval, but millions of new growth dollars will come to the town on an annual basis. Joanna Layton, Chairman, Savory Moore, Vice Chairman, Roger Noblet, Jim Ellerman, and Dave Moranville.
Great.
With your
Question.
permission, I'd like a motion to be able to submit this.
1 second. Is that in the very beginning, the URO, you mean URP?
No, it was in the, it's called the Urban Renewal, geez, I'm gonna have to check it. You might be right. It was in the redevelopment plan. I'm gonna check it. Okay, if I could have a motion with a possible correction,
I make a motion.
Yeah.
I have to read it. To be able to, send this not to two places, I'm gonna send it upstairs after the correction, with or without a correction, I'm not sure if I have to make that, but, to the select board's office, because they're gonna print this in this town report.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, the second thing I'm gonna do, and we'll go through the treasurer's report as well, send this with the corrections along with the treasurer's report, and I'll have a cover letter I'll send to Maggie Schmidt
Okay.
to satisfy that. So I
Sure.
could have a motion, Dave?
We do have URP down here, but URO.
Okay, all right.
I motion.
I'll second it.
Second, I have a second for the discussion. Being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye, very good, thank you, guys. Now, the last thing,
See,
C.
Discussion.
I wrote to Bob Belvin. I was concerned, so much chat is going on. Look at this as these people here, but everybody I see in Carver has got some good, bad, or whatever to say. I don't know about you guys, but it's starting to heat up. So I sent a letter to Bob or an email to Bob, and he writes back. And I think Jill sent something to you. Didn't she put something to you?
yeah. I
Did
just
she
see
send?
it.
Did she send you his answers?
I just see your email.
Yes, right here.
Are those his answers?
That's his answer, not, so.
No, that's mine
So
answers.
yours, George.
You have a reply?
Do you have the report?
Yeah, I did. I sent it to you tonight, this afternoon. Look on your,
Well, if you sent it to me today, I didn't look at it.
okay, it's on your phone. But I thought Jill was gonna do that, but apparently she
Oh,
didn't.
is this,
During the week, I asked Bob a string of questions.
Yeah, that's it. You got it. Now,
oh, it's right here, printed right here.
that's him. He's saying,
Okay.
he's saying.
Yes.
You got it?
Yeah, okay.
We do have it. It's this one right here from Jill. It's
With
already
the green on the
put
top?
On the
It's
Yeah.
green on
Yeah.
the top?
I asked
Oh,
Bob.
oh, okay, here it goes, okay. So the first question I said to him, do you have an update from our House Rep, Mr. Gatsky, as to the passing and timeline, the decision to allow the town of Carver to dissolve the North Carver Water District? And I say to him, do you think the decision will be coming before the April town meeting? He's saying, first question, his answer, well, where is the legislature on dissolving North Carver Water District? It's in committee, it needs to come out for a vote, and there is no schedule for this to happen, so we don't know when. The second thing I say to George, the car wash, now, do you know where that is? 58, the intersection of 58 and 44. Across the street is, Santoro's and the car wash.
Yeah.
The
The
new
car
car
wash,
wash,
right?
new
and then there's
owners.
yeah, right, well, he's the guy, it's a new owner, so the car wash has been sold, and I believe the new owner has filled out an application and has been in touch with Middleborough on the cost of getting water and so forth. I'm asking him, what action has the North Carver Water District taken to assist the new owner or owners and the other commercial properties to gain acceptance to get water from Middleborough? He says, I was informed Ruby's property has a purchase and sale agreement. Now, that's across the street from that's across the street from Shaw's. That property across the street from
Oh,
Shaw's.
Roby's.
Roby's, yeah.
Yes, the old
Roby's,
Roby's.
That's it. He said has a purchase and sale agreement. I discussed with the real estate agent on process to get water from the North Carolina, hello, North Carver Water District. They will be looking for 30,000 gallons of water per day approximately. That process is to apply to the North Carver Water District. That process is to apply, okay, must be the application. We will vote on the individual applications, meaning his board. This will give the property owners the ability to ask Middleborough for water hookup. We do not have control on if Middleborough will provide water for these commercial entities. My question when I was asking him really was an expansion of the different properties. There's 5 of them. If you count them, we have 5 people or 5 properties. The car wash across the street, that guy has all that sand. Go down to Roby's, that's 3. Go down to Noria's, that's 4. Go down across the street, look at George, that's what, 5. I got 5. So there's 5 properties here in our town that could raise millions of dollars, not thousands, but millions of dollars. Number 3, I said, as chair of the North Carver, as chair of the North Carver Water District, you signed and requested a DOR audit for the North Carver Water District. That's the Department of Revenue. Are you guys familiar with the DOR audit? Okay, great. Have you been in contact or will be in contact with our finance director as to the receive or denial of the DOR audit for the North Carver Water District? He's saying the DOR audit, I will try to find out this week where it is, and I have not been given any information. I guess I must have skipped number 2.
car wash.
Well, car wash. Oh my God. Number 2, the car wash wants water as backup if their well goes dry. They have a well and a filtration system to recycle water, but if the water well dries up, they want to back it up so they can keep in business. They went to this town administrator's office. The town administrator told them to contact Middleborough, disregard the North Carver Water District. Well, yeah,
That's his Cooper.
he used his voice. See, he did a voice control. That's how he got this thing to type out.
Right.
Middleborough returned an email giving a price and a hookup for the car wash. I investigated why they did this and did not come to the North Carver Water District first. We're told by the town administrator's office to go to Middleborough. I spoke to the owner and his son that the process is to apply to the North Carver Water District and they will approve it or not. We talked about and approved his must be past tense, about and approved his application. Evidently they have. He paid fee. Well, he must have paid a fee, whatever it was, which we will not cash until Middleborough approves it. We will see. At this meeting, we also decided to have the other commercial properties fill out applications and we will approve or not in January. Okay, so now all 5 of them, including George. This shows we are commercial friendly and we want to get them hooked up to water. We have reached out to Middleborough numerous times through our lawyer in May, and they have not come to the table to agree, or to an agreement. Our prior agreement was for emergency only, and this needs to be done. In my opinion, they do not want to deal with the North Carver Water District. As it sets up right now, they are waiting for the legislature. She said that a couple of times, I guess. This does not help. This does not help us as they have increased their water fees without our knowledge and is now costing us more money, and we had to increase rates with these, we will have to increase rates with these increased rates. It does not meet what Middleborough is charging. In my opinion, we would have to double our rates to Middleborough rates, wow, which would be a burden for Carver water users. Carver water users. Thank you, guys. Middleborough has also started providing water to Bridgewater. They've started the line last week. I'm gonna have to look into that. Did you hear what that what that man said to be
He said it
true?
was for fire suppression?
Yeah, I doubt it. You could not come in and take on a building for fire suppression, would you? As a
I mean,
tenant?
they could just tap
Have
the
bottled
line.
water? Maybe they could have bottled water?
Or a well, I don't know for their other water, but
Yeah.
most people do a well.
They may not treat it, it might not be potable water, because you
Right.
don't need potable water to put in a sprinkler system.
You don't need it.
No.
Don't need
for-
potable
No,
water for a
no,
sprinkler
of course
system.
not,
Or
okay.
fire suppression.
Okay, so that's doable, I guess, right? Number 3, I say to him, oh, I think I read that already.
You
right?
did, the
I did.
PRR,
Number
yeah.
4, I said, I watched Eric's Eric is the vice chair of the North Carver Water District. I watched Eric's presentation of the North Carver Water District $1.3 million budget and the back and forth remarks of the 2026 operating budget of $650,000 that the April 2025 town meeting approved. Tell us what you know that the select board and the town administrator will submit, I should have said, will submit the same $650,000 operating budget. What is he saying? As for our budget, although we put in a $1.3 million budget, it will be interesting if the select board approves it because we submitted the same budget last year in order to get the plant back up and running. If they approve it, shows that they intentionally cut our budget due to the makeup of our board. Oh my God, here we go. If they keep it level funded, there will be no way to get the plant up and running quickly. If the select board does take over the North Carver Water District, they will have to deal with whatever decrease in the budget they approve. Oh boy. The last one is, please elaborate on.
No, it's
No,
continuing
it
on.
continues.
Ah,
Next page, it would be
It
really,
begins with they.
oh, okay. It would be,
Okay,
no, that's the last one, cause I'm
Okay.
saying,
okay, because it's got a period and, okay, got it.
yeah, so I said, please elaborate on your committee's action to date and their presentation at the coming April town meeting. He says, that's what he's saying to us. It would be really nice for the RDA to reach out to the commercial entities waiting to get hooked up to water and make our town with a solid commercial support in the North Carver area. I don't think we're ready to do that, guys.
I don't think we're gonna do any of this until it goes through the litigation.
Yeah,
That's
Talking
right.
about any of this is just a waste of time.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So,
mean, we just read 10 minutes worth of stuff and we don't
We're,
really
we're at a
want to.
standstill until litigation's
So
done.
we can put all the North Carver Water District stuff aside and everything else until it goes through litigation, then we can
That's
deal
right.
with it all.
so basically,
We don't need George to come back and talk, we don't
no,
need anybody to come back and talk.
no, we don't. We just need to pay attention to the planning board and what's gonna happen, George and so forth. We're just gonna watch, sit back and watch. If you have any questions I need to talk to the lawyer about, let me know.
Treasurer's report.
There we go.
Treasurer's report.
There we go, treasurer's report. You all got a copy of that? Cause I
Yes.
printed extra.
Nope, got one.
Okay, this is for the year. The bottom line, we ended up with, in our
Bless
checking
you.
account, God bless you, Roger. We ended up with $313,002. In the money market savings account, we have $48,014.33. In the urban renewal plan, we have $1,280.72. I'd like to have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second? I have a second by Roger, was the second, Roger?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
aye, that's good. I would also like a motion to let me move $500 from the money market into the checking account.
I second.
Sure, yeah.
Okay,
Go for it.
second.
You have a motion, second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you guys, I'll be doing that.
What was the 500 for?
For,
Basic
for
expenses.
Susan, for the expenses, I don't anticipate anything other than for her, but I, am, a little bit embarrassed, I let it slide and she tried to cash a check and of course they wouldn't cash it because there wasn't enough money, so I'd rather have more in there than not, so that. Alright, we, under the members' notes and comments, we approved the RDA report
Yep.
and it'll go to Shelby as well. Cause we approved that as well. That, I believe that was in the motion. We did it for both,
We
right?
did.
We did it for both,
Yep.
great.
We did.
I pulled papers tonight. I have to run for reelection for a 5-year term. Savory has a governor's appointment, a little bit different. He just has to work and create a letter, which has to be written by the town administrator, sent to the governor. That office has to approve it, and he will, if, once approved, he'll have a 4-year, term. And that's what his term is, for 4 years. Now, I got Jim Elliman's number, so after the meeting, I would pass it down and you could sign.
Okay.
But don't do it now, cause we're in a meeting.
Meeting minutes for November 18th.
The meeting minutes for November 18th, the ones I read were perfectly okay. Did you find anything else?
I did page 3, first paragraph after 100,000 K plus. It should say it will take 6 to 12 months to get them. Not, and it currently says I will take.
Yep, I made note of it too.
It will take about 6 to 12 months to get them, right? Okay, did you find any more?
I did not see anything else wrong with the minutes.
Okay, we'll report that back to Sue. Looks like everything's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, she made those corrections with Martins. I had told her about the last meeting, okay. Okay.
We have to approve them.
That would be
Approve
nice.
motion.
I need a motion to approve the minutes of November
I second.
18th. I have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. It's approved. Savory is away. He's on a vacation. He's coming back February 3rd. The
Are we
next
even gonna have
meeting.
another meeting?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think we need another meeting.
I think we should
But
skip
but
next.
I just need to have a maybe meeting time, cause if something comes up and I need to post it, I don't wanna go back to everybody and
Let's
say
shoot-
when.
Well, the second Tuesday of February would be February 10th. That would be the second Tuesday of the month.
Okay. What does that look like for the rest of you guys?
It's fine.
It's fine for me.
How about you, Ron?
Sure.
Okay, so let's make it a tentative one. So it'll be the 10th. If we have to post it because of emergency, something came up, at least I can go right ahead and post the meeting knowing that you guys can come. And Savory will be here as well. All right, I guess we've done it all.
Adjourned.
I have an adjournment, I have a time.
Time is 7:38.
We have a 7:38 adjournment.
Second.
Second, we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you very much, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you, Area 58.